is nice.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. It is 10 p.m. and on time as always. The Man Cave coming to you as always from Lisbon. Good to see you all tonight on this very pleasant 20-degree night. It's been a great weather week as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure Lee would probably agree with that. So we'll go. I'll take care of the housekeeping first, of course. To Dale, of course. Hope he's doing well.
Not dead yet, Ben?
There you go. To who else? Patrick. Yep. And
Hi, Patrick.
Joel brought us some sad news this week on the Man Cave about Sam Neill. He didn't mean anything as far as it's going to sound weird, but he didn't mean anything to me. But clearly, Joel. Where did Joel go?
Who is it?
Oh.
He's the guy that was all of the Jurassic Park.
And,
Remember the actor that was the dad in it?
From what, Pete? Sorry, I missed that.
Remember Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
He's the dad in that. He's like I don't know, just an actor, really.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Deadpool.
So anyway, so Joel, you just missed. I toasted Sam Neill on your behalf. So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shane,
anyway.
78 years old, I think.
Something like that.
Good old innings. That 78's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Settle for that.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'd settle for that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
So anyway, just to introduce the group for everybody who's out there already watching, we have Kent Al-Kabadeshan coming from the West Coast, of course. Evening, sir. Garbo coming from the Central there, along with Pete in the Central, and we have Joel coming from the North, and Lee coming in from in between Lisbon and the West Coast. So evening, all. Good to see you. Nice to see everybody show up on time. So there we go. Oh, okay, he's just reloading. So anyway, I'll bring up a couple of just quick topics, then we can do a how's your week, and we'll go from there. So just condolences to all the England fans out there, as quite the disappointing, quite the disappointing loss. So
bastards.
There was a few people interested, and you're not one of them. So there you go. And I guess we need to acknowledge you have a new leader in your England government. So good, bad, or indifferent that you have that.
Count Binface hasn't won yet, honestly. So it'll be soon, though. Definitely, I'm sure. I love some of those comments. Fucking this week, I think my favorite one was Ed Davey, who said that I'm sick of joke politicians with policies that could never be implemented, and that's why I'm voting Count Binface. I thought that was fucking awesome.
That was funny.
Change a hand dryer in a pub that's too near to urinals.
It is too close, though. Honestly,
it is too close to urinal. I agree with you completely. It's a great policy to run on.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be a national policy. Yeah.
So anyway, so I just wanted to touch on those two things. I guess nobody has. Chris isn't here, so he's not going to comment on the one.
I'm Widdicombe.
Oh yeah, I'm Widdicombe.
We just talked Sam Widdicombe. We might not have agreed with politics,
but that was last week.
That
No,
was it last week. Yeah,
we did it.
But okay, yeah, we did.
All right, we'll do it again, Lee.
Yeah, let's do it again. I loved her. I thought she was brilliant.
She meant a lot to you, so
she did. She did. Didn't agree with anything she ever said, but she meant a lot.
So
and that's democracy, you Yanks. That's democracy, when they can say what they want, and it still means a lot to people because they can actually say it.
And then they end up dead.
Yeah, like Count Binface. But
like Count Binface. So we talk Count Binface.
The worst thing is, Lee, is because
Count
we had so
Binface.
many fucking prime ministers.
All the best.
Dead right. I think we should, because we've had so many prime ministers. They're really expensive to pay for security for. So essentially, every time you've got a prime minister, the government guarantees security for them for the rest of their lives. Yeah,
and now we've got 9 of them.
Yeah, exactly. In like fucking 5 years.
Soon to be 10.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it means that they're all going to be really expensive. I don't know. I do think it's a
and one of them One of them was only Prime Minister for the life of the fucking salad in my fucking fridge.
If
There you
that,
go.
she was
We,
shit.
we should probably.
and you could throw that salad in the bin, and also, yeah, this at least bin phase would have a multi-purpose. At least,
There
like
you
you
go.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
like when he leaves office, he could leave the serve. You know,
Yeah, it's still a bin. Yeah.
He,
It's only
he still could do a service for the community. Yeah.
Well,
We should
and
probably
it's got
we should probably have a
policies.
pool organized to predict how long the next prime minister will be in office. So maybe we'll do that next week. So
That's a good one. I like that. Definitely.
Yeah. so there you
Okay.
go. Yeah. So let's go around the horn then. Kent, we'll start with you. How was your week, sir?
It was a busy week, but I'm going to take my time to apologize for last week because apparently I was a little bit I got new medication from my doctor that day, and I was out of my head, and I apologize specifically to Garvo. I am going to shut the hell up this week and let everyone speak. So I wasn't aware of anything I said, but it's very clear to me that I was off my rocker. So I apologize to everyone, and Garbo in particular. So
You don't have to apologize to me, sir. Yeah, just
and
be well, that's all.
and if you know, maybe for the barbecue, I'll spread those pills around so we could all go a little nuts.
Yeah, let's
So,
all be off our rocker. That's good.
I'll have two, please.
Yeah. You of all people. Anyway. All right. So we'll just keep going then. Garbo.
No. No, Ken, how's your week been? You've seen me.
Oh yeah, so I saw Lee.
Obviously,
Well, that's all we can do.
Like that's all that matters. Yeah.
obviously
We-
you wasn't that
and,
impressed.
and Lee and I had a nice chat, and it was nice. So yeah.
Good. All right. Okay, Lee, can I move on now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I saw Lee. I was focused on my apology. So yeah.
That's okay.
No, it's all you ever say. How's your week been? I've seen Lee. That's all you ever say. You can't not say it.
Well, no, but I wanted to dedicate my time to say that up front. So, all right. Anyways, saw Lee. Hi, Patrick.
Very good. Garbo.
Oh, what have I been doing this week? Lots of tiling this week.
Tiling.
Tiling, yes. Plenty tiling. I haven't done it for a while. I've forgotten how shit I am at it.
Tiling's not too bad. I quite like. Of all the tasks that I've done recently, tiling's been the least hassle. So
Do you know what it is? You know what it is, Pete? I don't like all that measuring out and placing it. And you've got a lot of preparation for it. And it's not one of those things you just throw yourself into and throw them all up on the wall. You've got to think about it, and it's a bit sort of icky picky, if you know what I mean.
fiddly.
Fiddly. That's the one I'm on about. The pool
Messy.
is in
It's-
working.
Especially when you get to a corner, then it's
What
Yes,
colour
corners.
grout are you using, Garvo? Because I use black grout, and honestly, it just gets everywhere. It's the most dirty, disgusting stuff ever. And
No,
it was
this will be white grout, so we'll be all right.
Oh,
White grout.
you'll be fine. No, that's not too bad.
So you use all the same colored tile, Garbo. No designs, no nothing like that.
No. It's what it was is when we had the famous water leak, when the pipe burst, I decided to take out the old bath and then put a freestanding bath in another part of the bathroom. And it's a job I've been putting off for ages and ages and ages. So this alcove where the bath was, I've had to retile. And there's going to be a shower cubicle going in there, but it gets really hot in that bathroom. I don't know why, but it just like concentrates the heat, so it's a mini oven. But I'm almost 80% done in there now, so hopefully that'll get that out the way. The other thing is that a lot of gardening. The pool's in and working. Looks good. I tell you what, you don't realise until you get a new pool system how crap the other one was, because this one looks like when they switch it on, this one looks like there's a load of piranhas in the pool. It's just like bubbles and like fizzes and like gets really wild in there. So
Wow.
the other one must have been knackered. That's all I can say. But
How long do you think the old pool was in there for?
ever since the annex was built, so that's what 80 something. So it's going to be a long time, isn't it?
40 years old.
Yeah.
Technology also moves on, Garvo. It's a lot easier. My pool is so easy to maintain compared to like other ones I've had before. So it's
How could you fucking pay somebody, you prick?
I don't pay anyone for my pool. No other person has ever fucking touched it. I do it all
You've
myself.
never lifted a finger for anything more than fucking masturbation.
I've got a
Lee,
robot.
learn something.
That's
He
it.
doesn't need to take care of the pool. He buys a robot to do the job for him.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's
I've
the
got a
other thing.
robot that does a lot of the work.
That's the other thing as well, that they put me in a pool controller box things like, which is witchcraft to me. I just normally switch the damn thing on and just do my little bit, get my little fluids out and test it. But this is it's like lots of
That's
switches and
brilliant.
stuff.
So, Garvo, can you got so for mine? It does the pH, the salt, the particulates per million. It does everything, right? And it shows.
Well, it's
it
not
all
that
on
fancy.
display.
It's not that fancy. It's just like you got a timer on it and stuff, and you can do this with that. But
One,
I'd rather just switch it on, to be honest.
one bit of advice to anyone thinking about getting a pool:
Don't.
don't do it. Get a friend with a pool. It's much
Oh,
easier.
pools are lovely, man. Mine's so easy.
No, I've got friends with pools, Pete. I don't need the expense
That's my
and the
mantra.
hassle
Like a boat.
for the time
Never
to
on a
clean
boat.
it. I just use other people.
He's got a pool for one reason that most gay men have a pool, which is pool boys. Right?
All gay men I know have pools,
Exactly.
and
That's
I've
it.
been in all of
I
them.
have a
I've been in
pool.
all
There's
of
a
them.
condo. Yeah.
And I've been in Kent's as well. Yeah, I've been in all the gay guys' pools. I've been in Calsville, I've been in Kent's, but I don't need a pool. I've got a pool for every day.
There you go. So, like I said, it's just like a boat. Don't own a boat. Just have friends with boats.
I have a friend with a boat. Yeah.
A wise policy. Wise
That's
policy.
all. Yeah. Thanks, Garbo. Joel, what's happening in your world?
How's your gaming life been this week? Have you gamed okay?
Did you get a haircut?
Yeah, I did get a haircut. Also
See?
finally sent the car, the wrecked car into junkyard heaven this week.
Okay.
Hang on. Let's toast Joel's former car.
Yeah.
What was the car? What was the
God
car?
bless him.
Joel,
Was
the
it
car
the
had
Fiat or Renault you had?
Huh?
What car was it? The Renault?
Now the micro.
Oh yeah.
What
I'm just
finished it
naming
off, Joel?
names
What killed it in the end? What was the cause of death?
A front head collision.
Oh, okay. It's fairly comprehensive. Not the car's fault then.
Portuguese style, Joel's rammed somebody.
Joel, tell me.
Yeah, I actually.
Is that why you got a haircut? They had to shave your head.
I actually T-boned someone.
Oh,
You did.
you filthy devil.
Yeah, it was a shame that I wasn't going any faster than probably 30.
So did you
And then
flip
it's
your car
a scratch at 30.
Huh?
It's a scratch at 30.
No, the micro at 30 was hood, bonnet, right fender, right headlight, radiator, bumper, and a wheel.
So were you not paying attention while driving?
No, it was in the runabout.
Ah,
So I
now
was
there you are. Now
I
let's,
was
let's
exiting a runabout, and the other person was entering the runabout. So I was performing everything according to the road code, and the guy didn't. The guy stopped in the middle, and when I applied the brakes, the ground was moist. We called it molho tolos, and the car skidded.
Horny.
When I was turning around, with my steering wheel was locked into
The
the
ground
left
was
position.
horny.
So we went, instead of turning left, the car went forward, and I T-boned the.
So
Sorry,
whose
man.
fault does that end
Joel,
up
that's
being?
the basics of a Portuguese roundabout is no one ever stops, right? The whole idea of a Portuguese roundabout is no one looks.
Yeah, but the man that was entering the roundabout
Well, let's have a
managed
picnic.
to stop inside the roundabout when I was exiting.
There's
So
the
I-
problem. It all came
If someone
undone after that
stops-
moment.
Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? It's because he stopped. It should be his fault. At a Portuguese roundabout, everyone knows, no one looks, and everyone goes. That's the
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And then
Pete,
occasionally-
unless
then
you're parking
occasionally
and
people
say,
stop a
unless you
picnic.
park, yeah, you can
That's
park on a
true.
roundabout and say hello to your neighbors and talk. For
Right.
like
Yeah.
That is very
minutes.
true. I saw 3 cars parked in roundabouts today. So yeah, that's very true.
all
Yeah.
picnic,
Talking about
Well,
roundabouts, right? I saw.
Yeah,
the-
but it was an easy. I was considering fixing it, so the car was parked, and I was trying to find out parts for it to fix. I didn't want to push the insurance or anything, or claim insurance or anything else, but I decided, since my father isn't renewing his driver's license, I decided to send the car into graveyard heaven, and just keep one that currently I have and probably will be replacing in the near future, considering that the car that I have is only a 2-door and my parents are not getting any time younger.
Yeah.
Neither are you.
For that, I will probably in the near future replace it with something with 4 doors, which I'm not pleased, but it is the
Go
necessities
straight to a
of life.
mobility scooter, Joel. That's what I do. We found one. In fact, when we were doing my mate's loft, we found 2 bits of a a whole mobility scooter and the back end of the same mobility scooter in another bit of the loft.
And a grenade.
What we loved about it is he built the loft after he put the mobility scooter up there. So there's no way of getting it through the loft hatch unless you take the whole of the loft out. So I do love that. I love people putting stuff up and then building around it afterwards.
There you
So
go.
there's no way of getting it out.
I had a
It's
mate who bought. I had a mate once that bought a kit for a quad, not a quad bike. What the ones with like 3 wheels, like
Trike.
The trike.
That's right.
Yeah.
So he bought a trike in a crate. Got the crate to the side of his house down the ginnel, the gap. Built the trike in his back garden. They couldn't get it fucking out.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember as a
Back in
kid,
the
we had a neighbor who built like a kit, like airplane in his basement, and I didn't think it through. So yeah,
We had to remove the neighbour's fence and lift the trike up into the neighbour's garden, up ramps, take it down their driveway, put the fence back in. It was legit.
So Joel, you can't complain about the car you have to buy because you wrecked the one that was serviceable.
Well,
So-
I'm not. I'm replacing the one that I have now.
Right. Yeah, but it
So
has enough
I will
power.
be selling back. So the thing is, my friend the car that I purchased from, the current one, I will be selling it back to him.
Okay.
And we're in a sort of a trade-off. You will find and repair and fix a 4-door car that is cheap to maintain and very reliable engine-wise, because that is what I need to cut expenses at the most. So I will be replacing the car with something with 4 doors, and I'm not going to lose any money on the transactions.
There you go. So when you took the
only
car,
problem- the only
did they pay you or did you have to pay them?
What?
No,
At the
no,
junkyard.
no, Eric, no. He's gone back. He's gone back to his mate who's got a garage.
No,
So
he's
he's
talking.
Find
That's
him
the
a
next
car
car.
of the equivalent value.
That's the car he
I
has now.
purchased-
That's going
I
towards
purchased
me.
the car from him, so I
Yeah, no.
I
What
bought the
about the
car.
one you wrecked? The one you wrecked.
He
I
got that
didn't
one for
lose any money.
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you have to
that-
pay the junkyard or did they pay you?
They pay me.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, I didn't.
But they're going to pay
Considering
me
that the car,
equivalent amount
considering
of
that the car was in my, I had the car for over more than 1 year. Then my father had another year.
Yeah.
The car paid for itself. It was cheap. It was a shitbox to begin with, so it was a beater. So I didn't lose any money. Plus, I got back some of it by selling it to the junkyard for parts.
So at the end of the
Well-
day,
well,
we're
I remember- I
we're
remember when
glad
Joel
you didn't
got
get
it.
hurt.
Yeah, and I remember when Joel got it. I remember when he was looking for all the bits and pieces he needed to get going. So yes, he built it. On here.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one that his lordship had to get all kinds of mirrors and doors and shit for you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I
Very
was
good,
just,
Joel.
I'm just just going to say, because I know Pete's love of Portuguese islands and their architecture upon them. There's one not far from us, and let me set you the scene. There's the island, right? And as you look at the island, there's two very big black tire marks approaching the island, and then the tire marks disappear and they turn into like deep ruts in the grass, and then the shepherd and his sheep are lying like in various different states of breakage all over the place. And then on the other side of the island, there's this massive trail of oil that leads off up the hill.
I love it. They're awesome. The roundabouts here are kept so well, man.
Somebody should take a spray paint to that roundabout and put "Welcome to fucking Portugal" on it.
They're also the most dangerous things on the Portuguese roads, because roads where me and Gary are. Well, Gary, yours is quite busy, but where I am, there's no fucking traffic at all. But you know, at a roundabout, you're taking your life into your hands anytime you approach, because you know that anything could come out from any direction at full speed at any time, really. So, yeah, I don't know. They're fucking nuts.
Yeah, you would be amazed to the amount of people that forget there's a roundabout and go straight forward.
Yeah, that's
all
what
the
Barry's
time.
talking
Everyone
about.
does.
Yeah.
That's the rule. Yeah.
Last Wednesday, Sandro counted 17 cars either broken down or crashed in a 45-minute car journey
Wow.
in Lisbon.
That's
17 cars. And I've been sending messages all week with like 9, 7, 12.
Yeah.
I've not beat his record yet. But
I cannot believe how many are inverted. How many cars are flipped here?
oh,
Yeah.
it's got
Crazy.
That's why I was wondering if Joel actually flipped the one that he hit. Did that end up on his roof, or was it?
No, I was close with my first car. It was a Renault 5. I almost flipped it when I hit the rock, but I managed to keep the car going.
Okay, good.
I told you about that one a few years ago, and I think about it all the times. I still use the same motorway on the A2. We were sliding down the motorway upside down amongst traffic. He was going between traffic upside down, and I'm going the other direction, looking and going, well, new one. And he was like someone was steering it because he was going in between the traffic.
They do have some quite harsh drainage ditches.
Were they signaling for once?
Yeah, no, yeah, all the blinkers were working, Ken. They had the hazard lights on upside down.
Yeah.
I remember when it's got to be a few 40 years ago now. I got a lift.
God, when I was a kid.
A transport.
What
When I
was
a
it
kid.
when you first bought cars, Gary?
Yeah, horses and carriages. No, I had a lift because I used to be one of those poor sods with the red number plates delivering vehicles. But I had a lift from a car transporter driver, and it was a horrible rainy day. And we're on the motorway, and suddenly we hit this like just crash in front of us. He stood on the brakes, and he turned. I remember him turning around to me and said, "We're not going to stop, son." He said, "We're in trouble here." And he like, I could feel the fucking thing going round, right? And he headed for the hard shoulder, and it kind of jackknifed and went down the bank. And he said, "Fucking hang on to something." So I'm trying to hold on to whatever I can, right? And it's going down towards the fence post, right? And I can always see them right in my mind. The fence posts are popping up like carrots and going over the roof. And then there was this melee of like, I was on the dashboard, I was on his head, he was on my head. We were fucking upside down. There was legs and arms everywhere. But luckily, right, we none of us got hurt.
No seatbelt, I guess.
Now, it's funny when you go sliding down a bank, right? The number of different positions your body can obtain, and then different part. You can go behind the seat, you can be on the dashboard, you can be on each other. It's like going in a tumble dryer. It's just fucking everything goes everywhere. But hey, I'm still here to tell the tale.
Yeah,
But
the worst thing that can happen
20
is you
20
get
years
injured.
ago, I took the kids out to do a wood delivery. I did a lot of tree work at the time, and I was selling a lot of firewood. And I had a Mitsubishi, cracking truck, really nice. And we'd gone up the hill with the trailer on, and so the trailer was full, and the back of the truck was full. We're going up the hill, no problem. Delivered the wood, going back down the hill, we hit black ice.
Oh,
And in front of us, at about 40, 50 meters, was a stone bridge with a really deep cavern on the side of the bridge. And I said to the kids, "Hold on, we're going to crash."
Yeah.
And they both assumed the crash position. We hit the bridge, And I remember thinking going down the hill, just hit the bridge. We're not going to make it. We don't end up in the cavern. Just hit the bridge. Aim for the stone wall. It'll stop us.
It'll stop
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And got out the truck, jumped on the bonnet, kicked the bumper back in place, took the wing off, used a cable tie to hold a few pieces together, and drove it another 15 mile home. That was a good truck, and the kids thought it was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
Tess
well.
must have been 3 or 4 at the time. You know, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Did anybody see the news item about the guy on the Ryanair flight where the window blew out and he
Yeah.
got pulled
Oh,
out the,
better than that,
partially out
Did
the window?
anyone see? Did anyone see the news story of the guy who got stuck in a porta potty, who basically went all the way inside a porta potty? That they had
Nobody gets ducked into porta boys, Pete. That's a fucking
seriously,
urban myth.
there is. Lee, look it up.
That's
on
an urban myth.
It's not an urban myth. There's photos of it. They've even got his head covered in shit coming out of the porta potty. And when the fireman cut him out, apparently he was going in there because he dropped a Mountain Dew bottle and he wanted to retrieve it. Right? I'm still not entirely convinced on this story, right? But the firemen are there with a reticulated saw cutting open this potty to get him out, and you see this hand coming out. It is just. Honestly, it's fucking rancid.
What happened to the guy on the Ryanair flight, Gary? Did he die?
No, his
No,
wife
he's
held
not,
on to his
he's not,
legs and they pulled him back in.
But the window just popped out.
Yeah. No, what happened is part of the engine sheared off and went through the window. Took
Yeah.
the window out, and this poor geezer, luckily, he'd got his seatbelt on. So the top half of him went out the window, and his wife was holding onto his legs.
Yep.
What a way to go, sucked out.
That's
Sucked
why I
off
don't
the
want.
right egg.
Sucked off is the way I want to go, Gary. I'm going to go sucked off.
That's why I don't like a window seat.
Hold
Those
on to
are
my
good,
legs,
but-
babe. Hold on to my legs.
Your boots have come off.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So anyway, thanks,
Right,
Joel.
Pete, how's your week been, mate?
Oh, mate, fucking hell, really knackering, honestly. I thought this week was really nice because it's the end of my teaching. So I've programmed my 8 weeks off. I thought I'll have private school holidays this year. I won't bother doing revision classes or anything that I usually do. Be nice just to have loads of time off. And it's just been hell, man. I've had to rip up everything that we already placed up for all the decking and start it all over again. And it meant this morning I got up at 6:05 and started work, and I didn't finish till about 4 o'clock. And it's just been really knackering, really, really tiring.
That reminds me. Kitty watches the news, local news, because she's used it to help with the learning, get proficiency in Portuguese. And she said she didn't realize that your central area, it gets so damn hot because they had a heat map.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
oh, it can settle in. And so I forgot that she actually commented about that. So yes, are you avoiding it, or is it bad, or
It's really hot, man. Honestly, ask Gary if he's been out working. It's the worst thing as well is that I've been doing the wood in the sauna, right? So I've been literally working in a sauna most of the week, and I don't know how one of my mates was helping me put it up, and I don't know how he coped with it, but it's just lugging lots of wood, cutting loads of stuff. Oh, it's all fiddly as well. All of the, it's lovely having composite because it means that I won't have to maintain it. It's great, but putting it in with a clip system is a fucking. I could literally go and firebomb the person that invented the clip system. This week, it's been a bit of a shit, and it's a bit more technical than I thought it was going to be. So I've got a really good chop saw, and it's all kind of going in, but it's a lot more hassle than I thought it would be, and I've got a kind of deadline in terms of it was meant to be. So tomorrow I'm having a 1970s party. So we're having a little thing with what have I got? I've got here, Gary, see if you remember these classics, right? So I've got I'm busy making a melon hedgehog. Do you remember melon hedgehogs?
Oh yeah. I'm zooming them for a bit.
So Joel, traditionally in the 70s, we would have had cheese, and you have pineapple and cheese, right, on stuck on cocktail sticks on a melon covered in foil, right? That was like the height of sophistication in about 1970.
Yeah. So it's all spiky with all the fruit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So I've been
yeah. I know what it is. Yeah.
but I've got to make a fucking vegan version, so I can't have like bits. It's just annoying. So I've got to make it. Yeah, I can't have dairy or eggs or anything like that. So it's a bit of a pain in the arse. I've got to do vegan versions of everything. So and we're having gazpacho, like a Black Forest gatto, prawn cocktail, obviously. Scampi in a basket, chicken in a basket, everything comes in a basket.
I'm disappointed.
All
I'll do another one, Gary,
Pete,
but-
I gotta ask. Obviously, it's not gonna be vegan, but fondue.
Fondue, I
Fondue.
really should have done, but
Fondue is a big moment.
Yeah.
right, fondue.
Yeah.
The problem with fondue, the only problem I have with that
Shag rug and fondue.
I thought that's where he was going, Ken.
Yeah.
I thought he was saying he was making fondue because that would have been perfect.
Oh well, the thing is, right? I've had a fondue
Well,
set.
you have the like this.
I have had a fondue set.
The
I bet you any
sauna
money-
fondue. You gotta have a whole thing.
I bet you
Perfect.
any money. Gary's had a fondue set as well, and I've never.
I've never had a fondue set. I was going to say I've never had one.
But I've never had fondue. I've bought one or had one given to me. You had one given to you as a wedding present. I'm pretty sure I had one given to me as a wedding present. It never got out of the box, right? And that's my only issue with fondue is no one ever fucking did it. It's such a hassle to do. Like no one ever really made it. did
Yeah,
they?
the payoff isn't there. You know what I mean? Just
I've got
not.
like a raclette thing that I don't really use either. But yeah, it's 70s. They did have a lot of those things that no one ever fucking used, did they? Really?
Hostess trolleys, remember them?
Oh god,
Hostess
yeah,
trolleys.
definitely. I really should have a hostess trolley for tomorrow.
The other thing I haven't had, right, is and you got this is awfully sad, you American guys. I've never had a marshmallow roasted by the campfire. I've never done that.
Oh,
sort of
really?
thing.
That is
No,
good.
no.
That's
I
worth
used
it.
to like burning them on that campfire because I hated marshmallows. So you just watch it burn.
No. I'm with you, Eric. I do not like them.
No.
Yeah. So the quicker they burn, the better. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I quite like them because they're kind of they're a bit like. Do you remember Pop Tarts, Gary?
Yes.
They have that ability to scald you in any direction. A marshmallow, if it's heated properly, it's like liquid plastic, essentially, isn't it? So you can
Yeah.
kind of jab people or just burn the roof of your mouth off. So you don't really taste them. It's more like a
Almost as lethal as a jam donut that's been microwaved from the
Yeah,
chip
you know,
shop.
actually, the Katie and the kids, well, Kitty and Dot, but then my son was partaking in it. But I guess they do these like microwave, like cake in a cup, like a mug kind of thing like that, and microwave. And then yes, the kids were partaking in that, and that can also scold. And I know because my wife, while they were eating it, was holding this like ice pack like this. I'm like, what kind of therapy are you into now? And she's like, oh yeah, like I touched the side of it and I burnt the motherfucking tips off my fingers. So like, oh yeah. That's a decent therapy. I approve of that. So
Because what the hell is marshmallow anyway?
It's literally
it's just nasty. Yeah. It's like
well, originally, Eric, it's not. Originally, it is a plant that grows. Mallow is a plant that grows by marshes, right? So that's why it's called a marshmallow.
Oh.
well, it's named after the plant, but like the
Yeah.
actual ingredients of it is just like corn.
But the
syrup,
ingredients have
God knows
changed.
what.
So what you see as a marshmallow today is not actually got anything to do with the fucking plants that you use to get the
Right.
flavor and the texture that you would have
Yeah,
got.
Oh yeah, no, but like it's mostly named after the way it looks, not necessarily the way. Like
Mallow.
yeah.
Mm.
I have a story that stops in my mind forever, and probably a 70s story. The marshmallows, the pink and white ones in the packet, right? I remember as a kid, somebody buying us, and we were on holiday. I think maybe going to Scotland, and you know, as kids do, they're very careless with stuff. And my dad was sitting driving, and this I don't know how, but this must have lost a few marshmallows down the back of the seat where he was sitting, because I was always leaning over the back, and they slipped down onto the seat, and I can remember he was kind of fidgeting on his seat and doing a bit of this. I said, "Oh, this seat's really uncomfortable." And then we pulled into the service station to get some fuel, and he got out the car, and then they were all smudged on his backside like some horrible hemorrhoid accident. And I went to say to him, you know, Dad, and my mom went, No, don't.
Don't say anything.
He'll have a paddy. And she let him walk into the fucking service station till with all this fucking goo stuck to his backside in a large queue of people, right? And you can only imagine what the people behind him must have thought. Like, what have you done to yourself, sort of thing. Like,
Oh, Gary, if you get
Oh no,
anything,
I would have thought like, oh, that man has children. Yeah.
Gary, if you get anything unexpected this week, I found out something that I really didn't know, and is quite interesting and quite embarrassing. If you were to go to the doctors like my mate did earlier this week, is he got bitten by this spider, right? And he didn't know he didn't know this was the effect that the spider had, but it's very common. Apparently, they're all over, certainly our region. So, Gary, you'll definitely have them in the house. These are tiny spiders, like smaller than those. You know the little ants that you get? They're smaller than them, right?
Yeah.
But if they bite you, you get heart palpitations, and you can get an erection for up to 24 hours. Right?
Where are they? Where are they?
He said when he was speaking to the doctor, she said, "Oh, did you have any other effects apart from the heart palpitations?"
It's a
He said
Shagma brain dead.
it took about 15 minutes to get around to, did you have an arousal? I think was the way she put it. How do you approach? He said as well, typically, just like probably the same woman that scanned your testicles that scanned mine, Gary. She was really pretty and kind of, unapproachable on the subject area completely. But yeah, apparently it's a really common thing and it happens quite a lot. So if you suddenly get an erection for like, I think his was about 6 or 7 hours. If you have that, then and you've got heart palpitations, it's some little fucking spider that's bitten you. So, what? Peas, sweet corn, and oyster mushrooms.
So a vegan hedgehog cocktail stick idea: skewer peas, sweet corn, oysters, mushroom, and dressed in peppercorn mayo sauce. Wow.
I said peas would be a lot of hassle to skewer, aren't they? Let's be honest, peas are a lot of effort. It sounds like eating celery or something.
Yeah, but maybe he's not talking about them shelled. Maybe he's just talking about the the snow pea thing where you.
Well, what about the sweet corn? That's no bargain either. Putting that on a
that is true, actually. You're definitely going to see that again, aren't you? That's the problem with sweet corn. Is it's not you only see it once.
Oh, that's true. You could dip it in and then pull it on the way out.
So I'm sorry to dip out, guys. I got a call off Tess. So
It's okay.
Everything else said, you'd have to change the ticket again, did you?
no, I didn't have to change the ticket. No,
There you go.
Awesome.
but I got a call off
Everything
Tess.
okay?
Pardon?
Everything okay? She's all set
Yeah,
for
everything's fantastic. I'd asked her to call me before. She wanted to talk. She called me at lunch. No, she messaged me just after lunchtime, and I said, "Call me this evening before 10." and obviously she's a girl, so she left it till 10:36 to call.
There you go. That's your
That's
daughter.
close enough on girl time. With Portuguese time, that's about 2 hours early. So I think you're really lucky. Joel,
But
you know the
she's
Portuguese
getting a
one's
condition
not
for a
that
trip. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lee, we were just taking a survey. Lee, have you ever had a fondue?
Fondue. Yeah. I'm not a
Oh,
heathen.
Huh?
I'm not a heathen.
Okay.
I thought it was
I've
fun.
never had
Have
it.
you ever actually owned
You
one,
didn't go
though?
around the horn. I've had fondue on multiple occasions. Never had a fondue set, but but
there you
I've
go.
had it in a restaurant and
I've actually
people
owned a
being.
fondue. I've owned the fondue set that we never used. Never came
Yeah.
back box. It was a gift. It was a
Yeah,
gift. It was a
that's what we're
housewarming
saying.
gift.
Everyone has it. The whole
Yep.
point
Yep.
is to regift it. It's
Yep.
like a yeah.
You know what? That's exactly what I did. I re-gifted it. It never came out of the box. It got
No.
passed on.
more of any of
No,
mine.
there's
right?
there's only like
At least two.
statistically, I think there's probably 50 fondue sets that just rotate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a fruitcake, right, Ken? Get a fruitcake at Christmas. Next
I
Christmas.
thought about that, except for Garbo brought me the most amazing fruitcake, which
Yeah, that's different.
and I know you've had it too. Yeah, but yeah, and that. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I'm
But,
not
yeah,
done with anything.
so I thought that, Eric, and then I did I'm not saying anything about fruitcake because it seems like I already ruined last week. I'm not gonna ruin.
No,
Pete, I'm gonna do it on my week spin, but I missed yours. But I'm gonna guess yours was you struggling to get people to do stuff for you.
No, I will. I fucking
No,
work.
no, your week has been, it was really hard. I had to get someone to cut something, someone to do something, somebody to arrange
Oh,
something.
yeah. You're off. He had a clip system. He had a
Yeah, he's working on his deck. He's working on his sauna.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
shit.
got people working on his deck, he's got people working on his sauna. It's all hard work for people watching people doing shit.
There you go.
So, I saw
wish
Ken.
I really do, mate.
I saw
honestly.
Ken. I saw Eric. I spoke to everybody else. I've been working hard. What else have I done? Oh, they've got a turkey that I saw by a bin.
Yeah, we saw the bin turkey.
You
I thought
posted
that's
it, yeah.
that's a Manchester.
Oh no,
By
that
the
wasn't
way,
this week. That was last week. That was
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, and you should have grabbed it because as like Pete would tell you, the freaking dogs will get it. Like yeah, just yeah,
They're the easiest as well, mate. They're the easiest
it's yours or wild dogs are gonna grab that thing. So
Yeah.
Well, I saw some wild boar. I saw a martin this
What is
week.
that?
It's like a large ferret, a small badger.
Okay.
They're lovely. I like
Muscadine.
mine.
It's part of the muscadine family. It's something in between a ferret and a badger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of them.
I saw 2 golden orioles less than 5 foot from my window from getting out of bed.
Wow.
You're a wanker, Pete Bleach.
I know I am.
I hear
No,
them.
no,
I hear them,
true.
but I never see them. I never see the old golden. I
Oh,
can
they're
hear them around
amazing.
here, but I never see them.
Beautiful, Gary. They're beautiful.
They are lovely. We've got a really nice pair that have nested close. But the problem is, I saw those, but I also had those shitty fucking magpies. You know, the blue magpies. We
The
had one
zoo
that
wing,
flew
the
into the
zoo
living
wing
room.
magpie, the zoo wing magpies. That's what they.
It flew into the living room, and I had to go out to get the. This is why you have a pool, Lee. Because if I didn't
I've
have
got a pool net to catch it.
if I didn't have a pool net, I would not have been able to catch it and get it. I fucking caught it.
You've got a fucking crossbow. You've got a bow.
Yeah, that would break me window. I'd much
Let
rather.
live in the living room with your bow, Pete.
yeah, we apparently had a bird, but I wasn't home, and Kitty trapped it in a room and it went away. But yeah, it left presents behind. But that's it. So,
They always do.
I found it.
Speaking of birds,
I found that
Pete,
woodpecker.
wait,
oh yeah, you know bird life. How's your bird life, Joel?
yeah, no. Speaking of birds, Pete, you still want a couple of
No.
cockatiels?
No, he doesn't.
He has Orioles now. He doesn't need any what you got.
Speaking of birds, I saw a girl today. I saw a girl today with the perkiest tits I've seen in fucking years.
Oh, mate, that's awesome.
And when we're finished, I'm going to take a shower and masturbate about it.
I
It
was
was
just gonna say
perfect.
pictures, or it didn't happen. So there you go.
Oh, okay.
No,
You
no,
don't need
no.
to imagine it 'cause it's imprinted in my mind. I don't need to tell you about it, to be honest.
Well,
You don't need
are telling
pictures.
me.
You could use Braille to read it. So yeah. I'll need more information. I'm not gonna have you put it public, but yeah. So like that, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm asking Pete if he's still interested because my father keeps asking if my
Oh,
my
your dad's
British
so
friend
sweet,
still
man.
wants it.
Oh,
Huh?
you'll have to come
Joel,
up and see
to take them outside, bring the necks, put them in a bag, put them in a bin, and tell your dad they've gone to a good home.
Yep.
They're living on a farm in the middle of nowhere. They're having a great time. He won't know any different. It's what I do with pet rabbits all the time. Just kill them, put them in a bin, and tell the kids they've gone to a nice home on the farm.
Rabbits are easy to kill, Lee. My mate kept 3 rabbits and they popped a bloom and 2 of them died of heart attacks. They're so fucking shit. As an animal, they're just the crappiest to keep.
The problem is, Pete, they taste so nice.
Well, they're like tortoises, aren't they? Tortoises were meant to be so delicious that no one ever brought them across.
They never made it back to the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. They used to collect them, take them back to the museums, and eat them on the way home.
Yeah, like, oh no, like they're only shells. That like there's no animal that ever lived
No.
inside.
Yeah, but you got to
No,
scoop
the-
them out, I suppose. Scoop them out like
There
a
was-
snail.
They're meant to be full of
No,
water as well. They're
there-
really good at containing
There was
water.
one ship. There was one ship that had 50 something of them, 50, let's say 55 on, and they were promised a small fortune in the UK for them. And by the time they got to England, they vet them all because it tastes so nice. And the sailors are like, "Should we save one?" It's like because they all had a cut. They all had a cut in the profit of delivering these turtles. And in the end, they were voting on how many she could eat, and they ate them all.
The
And then
problem
they're going,
is all-
right, we'll all get a fiver out of it. And they go, nah, fuck it, let's just eat it.
well, I mean, the other thing is they probably had plenty of rum on board, so like you know, or whatever the libation at the time was, and so yeah, you get a couple mates, you get a hankering for something like I'm craving right now.
And then
You know,
40 years,
you know, I would really go for right now is
a bit of turtle.
and then 40 years later, they found one in the back of the cupboard and says, "Look at the fucking size of that now."
The other one, Gary, I think Blue Beetle were responsible for killing just as many because they always said, "Oh, pop them in a shoebox in the loft," and everyone just forgot they were there, didn't they, for the hibernation? Oh,
I remember I did that with
3
mine.
years
I did
later.
that with mine. I did that with mine. He woke up with no eyes, but he didn't wake up. He just hadn't got the eyes.
Oh yeah, speaking of '70s, there was the plot of a lot of B movies, like Alligator, where like people had their pet alligators and flush them, and then next so like there was a lot of movies like that. So
Yep.
Alligators been nice as well eating.
I guess like this is later generation, like '80s. I guess they had that Ninja Turtle thing, but that was way past my time. So
Yeah.
You know what? That's caused a bit of an issue in the UK because so many of them got done. And the thing is, they live for a long time. Luckily, in the UK, they can't breed because the temperatures aren't right. But now they're getting to the size of dish to sort of dinner plates in UK lakes. They've been there for 20, 30 years and they're everywhere.
The
Yeah.
same here, though. It's exactly the same here. You get loads of tortoises and turtles, shitloads of turtles
Well,
everywhere.
There is still a population of European, Mediterranean, or Iberian turtle, which is a native species.
Yeah.
And
the
talking about reintroducing the European turtle to the UK as a part of the reintroduction program, because they all went extinct because we ate them all because they taste so good.
How do we know the difference? How do we know the difference from native turtles to the introduced ones?
You have to
Oh, you know,
know-
Lee, I just have a quick question for Lee though. You know the park that's in Cascais that you know I'm pretty sure you've been there. I've been there with Eve, but you know the park that's there and all the turtles are like sunning themselves. And stuff
No,
like that.
they're terrapins, mate. They're not turtles. They're terrapins.
Oh, I was just curious if they were native or if they were.
No,
What's-
they're terrapins.
What's the difference between a turtle and a
you know,
terrapin?
because
Gotta-
I know there's a lot of
Terrapins are
expats in that
smaller
park. I
and
don't know if they
more
were as well.
voracious. Terrapins are actually really bad for ecosystems, to be honest. They really fuck them over because they'll eat absolutely everything. They destroy all natural wildlife, and they can also survive on that algae stuff. Basically, you know, the green algae that grows everywhere all the time. So you can't get rid of them. They're a real fucker. Whereas the turtles are, as Lee said, they're virtually endangered, but there's loads out here. We've got the people always like find them. Dice Physio found one on the road and decided to nurse it and try and bring it back to health. Fuck that. Do what everyone else does on the road.
Yeah.
Squish it into an interesting pattern and wait for someone like who's your health secretary at the moment, Eric and Kent? He's the one that likes
Kennedy.
road.
Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
He likes picking stuff up off the road and chopping its penis off, doesn't he? That's the usual thing he does.
Yeah, but only when kids are in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, turtles are a thing in Florida, and they'll be crossing the road, and like all the traffic stops, and somebody will get out and try and move it, you know, from like a 3-lane highway, and they'll put it in the median or off to the side. It's crazy.
And the fucking thing will turn around and come back on the road again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Also, you go to lift it by the side of the road, and a gator will get you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
there you go. There is that. There is that for sure.
Mind you have the snappers, don't you? The old snapping turtles as well. You've got to be careful with them. Apparently,
Yeah.
they're a bit tasty.
Yeah.
Taste as in nice to eat, or taste as in not want to fight with them.
Well, but both. I've never eaten one, but
Yeah,
they're supposed to be a bit feisty, shall we say? I'll have a go.
Bit nippy.
Did you
yeah.
have a conversation?
When I was a kid, I
Be
had
ready
a
for
running one, but I don't
conversation.
remember it. So.
Or we're just going to talk shit for the next hour.
What?
Well, we could talk about that guy who got stuck in the loo. I still want to know
No,
why. 'cause it's
Peter,
not
I don't want to talk about porty potter trapping.
I do. I still think it's an interesting topic.
So anyway, my week was
Peter, are
pretty
you sure it wasn't
quiet.
train
Oh yeah,
spotting?
we haven't done
My
it
week
next week.
was pretty
Worse.
quiet.
Honestly, Ken,
I,
I
I
think
got,
that's strange.
I got to see Lee one day. We had a nice lunch out with some of the rest of the group there, and And
Where'd you
I
go?
actually-
Where did you go? Where did you go? Can you
we
give
went
us
to
some
Bur-
detail?
we went to Bruno's, and I actually had lunch with a good old friend of the group who we don't see on this show, but we all know him, Lucas. Who Lucas is a changed man in my mind, and it was a great hour that I spent with him having lunch, and we just chit chatted about a whole lot of
Wait,
stuff.
When you say change, do you mean he's no longer Lucas? He's Lucinda, or
No,
or
he's
what?
Lucas, but
Oh no,
But
but you know, I'm
matured.
sitting on my tongue saying he went back to the dreadlocks. But
No, he
I
did
have to
not.
ask. Yeah.
he did not. But
In-
he
In the last year,
I know what you're saying. He's
he is
mature,
matured
but yeah.
you
so
can
much.
talk to him like an adult. He has
Yeah.
very adult opinions. He used to be a kind of a reserved guy, but now he'll like start a conversation with you. He'll start asking all kinds of questions and boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, wow.
Oh,
Hello.
Oh, cool.
Look, she's blowing bubbles. She's blowing
TV.
bubbles.
Hello.
Oh, I love bubbles. How cool's that?
Please. I know. I didn't mean to share there. She's blowing bubbles off the
Yeah.
balcony.
That could be your new nickname. We could call it that.
I remember explaining to people that, like if I could only find the joy that my children found in just seeing bubbles, it's just like
Oh, bubbles are great.
Bubbles are
Ask,
fab.
ask Michael Jackson. He was forever blowing bubbles.
In that
It's
tank.
good, cheap, mindless fun. But anyway, Lucas, for those out in the audience that don't know, we kind of help provide some of his pin money, we'll say, while he was going to college, because he was really devoted to doing that. And to see him come out of college on the other side, and he got a job in the industry that he actually went to college for, which is amazing. And he is just like, he's a different guy than the one I met.
When you say the
Well, that's
industry,
interesting.
what industry does he?
He
specialize in?
he would say he's a tippy top
Tippy-tappy.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a software developer and operations guy. So
Okay.
he's
But
tippy-tappy.
he does back end if you want to know, because I try to
Yeah,
get
he
him
does,
some
he does.
front end stuff.
I don't know. about all that.
I try when he didn't have a job and he maybe wanted something on his resume. I tried to get him to do some front end. He apparently doesn't do that. So
He only does the back end. That
Yeah,
sounds like very
yeah.
profitable
like
enterprise.
resume
guy.
be damned.
What a
Yeah.
guy, eh?
So there you go. Good.
Eric,
Yeah, I tried. I try to butter it up. Yeah.
Eric, money well spent, yeah?
Oh, money well spent for sure.
Money well spent. Yeah.
He doesn't forget that.
Seriously,
no.
guys.
Yeah, here's a Lucas. Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah,
guys,
no,
right?
definitely
If,
to Lucas.
If the man cave has done nothing else, if we've done nothing else with our stupid group of mates we get drunk with a lot,
Yep.
we did that right.
Yeah, for sure.
gentlemen,
And
I'll raise my glass to you because I didn't know anything about this. So good
Yeah.
work, boys. Good
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
Good
I
work.
whenever I I was one of many people who contributed, but
Yeah.
like I always put like on the memo like degenerate men's club. So yeah, like it's scholarship. Yeah. So yeah.
I always put hooks and cocaine on mine.
Now then, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with Joel?
I'm going to beat him to death, Gary. I'm going to beat him to death and feed him to the worms. He's pointless.
Oh, getting a black look here. Oh, that's serious. Serious jelly.
No. Joel's got some cogs going. It's not for tonight. Leave it a couple of weeks. And we'll have a conversation about that in the future.
Okay, couple of cogs going. I like that.
And of,
Alright.
and of course, he's now he is taking care of elderly parents. Yeah.
He's got some wheels turning. He's doing okay at the moment.
All
And
right.
he's got a shirt on. He's got a shirt on. I phoned.
That's true.
I phoned. I had a conversation this week with Gary, who answered it with no shirt on. With Pete, who answered it with no shirt on. With Joel, he would have phoned him up and his tits out with his big hairy chest on show. Do you lot not own a shirt for the daytime?
No, we are the move.
You called me and I had a shirt on, right?
We are the move.
Oh yeah, you had a
Appreciation
shirt on, Eric.
Society.
That's why I didn't mention you.
There's no one. It doesn't make any difference.
You called me. Did I have a shirt?
You had a shirt on, Kent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You
No
wore the
tie,
shirt
no tie
already.
though. Yeah.
These three fucking heathens answered the phone half undressed. And I believe Pete might be fully undressed and just get to see the car.
That's because it gets fucking hot up here. That's why.
Yeah,
It
Pete
does
must
get
have
hot.
been good like during COVID times when he was doing Zoom calls because you never know what the hell was going on there.
Those frilly knickers are hard to hide
And
when you
that's
get.
when he was working. That was his workout fit during COVID. Pete was completely bullet naked. And he works in education.
Gotta learn sometime. Yeah.
But anyway, so aside from that, just a little bit of World Cup football, and the last couple of days I've been watching Open Golf Championship. So yeah, aside from that, life is
Oh,
good.
Eric, you might be the only person. I guarantee you, the only person who cares. I'm very excited. I get to see my Chicago White Sox in about an hour or so.
Oh, good for you.
Because when we first moved here, I still had the MLB package from my cell provider, T-Mobile.
Yeah.
It came with the service, so I was able to watch when it was not too late. But it's finally on like Apple TV, which I accidentally have, and like it's never on because they were the worst team historically. But they actually have a game on tonight, and it starts like an hour and a half or
Okay.
something like that. So.
Is
But yeah, so I'm actually going to stay up and I'm gonna watch it because I haven't been able to watch
this
my
baseball,
team.
basketball,
Baseball.
baseball. But yeah, the only
Raptors,
game,
Gary.
only team I
Baseball.
actually really care about is Chicago White Sox, and it's been really hard because they've been so god awful. But they're actually in first place right now. But which is why they're on TV because usually it's always. In general, it's always the Yankees, Red Sox, So like, but yeah, like, and you hope like, oh, maybe my team will play them one day and they'll be on television. But
So
you
they're,
know, so-
they're the Southsiders, right?
yes, so
I'll tell you
even though I
what,
grew up,
guys.
even though I grew up on the north side, so
I
but
will do
it's,
you a trade.
it's a
one
family.
day.
I'm like third generation. So
Gotcha.
I will do you a trade one day. I will explain cricket to you if you explain baseball to me because
Oh,
you-
baseball we can explain to you in about 10 minutes. And
Gary,
you'll be-
I can play baseball.
no, wait, no, that's not
Rounders.
true.
Rounders for men that never grew up.
No,
It's fucking rounders, Gary. You played
No,
round. You know
I-
rounders.
I've never rounded- so-
honestly,
You know
like,
rounders?
I
Think about rounders with a bigger bat.
So this is like rounders for men that never grew testicles or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is-
I don't
Yeah.
even know what
Okay.
rounders is. So
I do
Rounders
know
in
that.
England is a girls' game. What baseball evolved from.
Yeah. So
Well,
Eric,
Okay, I do know what rounders is, and I would say if you watched the steroid era, you would not say that not without balls because those guys were roided up and
Those
yeah,
those boys have 3 balls.
Well,
yeah,
they're very
like
skilled
they
by the end of it, honestly.
yeah
That's shrink your testicles terribly. Old
And-
steroids do.
And
So
Gary, now rounders or basketball, whatever we call it, is dominated by Mexicans.
Okay.
well,
So I
And it's
mean,
very big.
no,
It's very big
most
in,
Latin America teams except for Mexico. Mexico doesn't have a lot of players other than I remember the what was the Dodger pitcher? The Fernando. What was the
Fernando
Fernando
Valenzuela.
Venezuela. I remember the mania. But anyways, no, Garbo. It can be simple and boring as shit unless you
Yeah,
actually
that it is.
understand. If you understand that there's actually kind of a chess game going on, and so it's
No,
not
there's
just
not.
like guys
No,
standing
there's not.
around like what.
there's guys with a bat hitting a fucking small ball. It's like cricket, but
Mhm.
boring.
No,
I was going to say, yeah.
They've
No,
taken
it can-
cricket and made it more
can be,
boring.
it can be as dumb simple as that, and just observe it like that, and drink beer, and that's the end of it. But
this is cricket. This is cricket. Cricket is just like
no,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but cricket can last for like 5 days.
well,
but you could-
that's a 5 day. But technically, baseball could go 5 days because
Yeah, but it doesn't.
there's no time clock.
No,
But
cricket
and of
does
course,
go 5
George
days.
Carlin has a good thing about the difference between football and baseball, like which I'm sure people have heard. But
it's not 5
which
days,
is
is it?
funny.
Because five days
can't-
is part test, so it can be much longer. So you could
Okay.
have a test
Okay.
15
I
days.
know, I know.
Okay.
Anyways, it could be a dumb, simple, boring game that you drink beer at,
Yes.
which most people probably understand the level, or it can be more complex depending upon how deep you get into it.
Right. I've
So
got
so
a-
I have a friend from London who's a baseball fan, but he never really understood the exact like the complications of it until I unlocked a couple of things.
What complications can there be? Throwing a ball, hitting a ball, and running between little pegs. It's rounders. The girls play it in England. It's a girls' game in England.
Okay, all right. You
No,
don't want you don't you know. Okay, for those who played football, I'm only talking to Garbo now. I'm only talking to Garbo because you watched the England game, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I did.
And so well, so what did Messi do? So like Messi kind of messed with them, and then he was reading the game the entire time and
No, we
seeing how
gave him.
it-
We gave him the game. We gave it to him on a
no.
plate.
He
Absolutely
Yeah,
gave it to him on a plate.
he was calculating and watching how the defense would react over certain things and see where everyone would go in position, so that he knew when the opportunity struck where the passing lanes would be. So like he was reading on different levels. So sometimes like in baseball I'm gonna leave it at that because no one cares. I know that. But I'm just saying it can be very complicated where you're thinking three moves
I'm
ahead
going to bed.
to set someone up, but
I'm gonna
nobody
go to bed.
cares. So
I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to go to bed. I've got shit to do this weekend.
Don't
Okay.
forget those perky tits in the shower.
oh no,
Those
enjoy
perky
this
tits.
perky. Enjoy this perky. I'm surprised you stayed this long. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I am
if a
genuine.
spider bit you. Yeah.
I've genuinely got shit to do this weekend, and I need to go to fucking bed.
Okay, mate.
So, guys, I love you all.
Take care, mate. Absolutely. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
Can I just say, I spoke to Nuno Mendes this week, and if he's listening, I really appreciate everything we spoke about.
Nuno.
Yeah,
Nuno
no,
Mendes.
I was thinking about Nuno today. Yeah.
All right, love you all. I'll speak to you. I'll speak to you all during the week.
Up your bum.
All right.
Hope you bum. Coming, yeah.
We'll keep on.
Oh, by the way, I was thinking about Nuno not because I was having a wank, but because someone was going up to San Marino de Porto, and I'm like, oh yeah, because I was thinking because Nuno and I went up there to visit, and I saw all the Austins when I was there. But yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Now then,
So-
before we finish with the football, right, I've got to make a statement here. Right?
Yeah.
England basically handed the game to Argentina on a plate. Nobody
Yeah.
gives Argentina 30 minutes to just take pot shots at them willy nilly. Right, that was a bad mistake. You just can't do that with Argentina, right?
No,
So fair play-
they fell back, and they should not
Yeah.
have done that.
Yeah. Fair play
Yeah.
to Argentina. They won the game fair and square with skill. Yep, fine. I'm perfectly happy with that. What I don't like is what happened afterwards, and we haven't touched on that, have we?
I knew that was coming.
Because
that was down to our captain, Gary Romero was behind the Malvinas poster, right? So
yes,
and I know what a dirty little shit stir he is, right? And admittedly, sometimes I appreciate all the shit housing he does, but I think he's made it even more difficult to sell him. The worst thing is he's probably going to be close to being the captain for the second time of a World Cup winning team, and he's going to be worth fuck all. So as far as I'm concerned, no English club is going to buy him after that sort of stunt, are they? So he's managed to completely fucking screw up our transfer policy because we've already bought defenders to replace him, and yeah, he's I don't know. I do think it's a bit of a cheap stunt to play, but what I think is most gutting is that our manager completely fucked up. We had loads of players. Tony and that lot were all on the bench, hadn't played a single game, perfectly fit, no problem putting on an attacking player. And as you said, we gave it to them. And to be honest, we had better players. We should have won. It wasn't a game where I
could have
thought,
won that game.
you know, usually I would have thought with England, most of the time we're just lucky if we scrape through. But with that game, we had much better players. We had a much better team. And it was just entirely down to shit tactics, is what I'd say anyway. So I don't know. So what do you think of Tuchel? Us keeping
He made some. I mean, I like him. I do like him. He made some very important decisions. He made some big calls, which is what's necessary to be an England manager. But this one wasn't a good one. It just wasn't a good one. It was. It was fatal. It was fatal.
So, an outsider looking in, is he any different than Gareth Southgate was?
Yes, because Gareth Southgate only ever had one type of plan, and he couldn't alter it. Tuchel can. he can alter the game quite dramatically.
But what do you reckon
so-
of his statement saying that it was English mentality and that's what lost us the game? It wasn't.
Well, you can only get. I mean, I don't know. Was it the manager's word that said, "Okay, lock up the shop"?
but he,
Or were
he had-
the
he had more
guys
to say about
were the guys actually saying, "Look, let's just defend"? I don't know. I will never know this question. Did they
No, but
turn around and say,
No, but the players that he brought on tells you what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was playing not to lose, right?
Yeah, I know. He went on record saying that he made a mistake. So yeah, I heard
"No, he
an
didn't"?
interview with him.
In the interview that I saw,
Well, the
he was
interview I
quite-
heard, yeah.
He was quite belligerent, saying, "No, I don't apologise for anything. We did what we had to do, and that was it." That's the interview that I saw. But I want to leave that alone, right? Because we were beaten
That's
fair and square, right? I've no issue with that. We were beaten fair and
Right.
square.
Yeah.
Made a mistake. Blah blah
Right.
blah. I want to come back to the issue of what happened afterwards.
Yeah,
Now,
let's talk about that a little bit.
as
I don't know
independents,
everything that happened afterwards. 'Cause
As
it
independents,
cut to
right?
a soap opera on my TV. Yeah.
as neutrals, independents, how do you view what happened after the final whistle?
I don't know because literally my television cut to a soap opera after the game. It was like bam, and then next thing you know,
Well,
like,
Eric,
went-
Eric
cut to a
fill us
soap,
in.
yeah.
You saw
No,
it.
but
Fill us in.
if Ken, take a minute tomorrow and take a look at the news that's followed since the game, and it'll be
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have to see it because like I said, like I'm like it was like what the hell? You want to see like a post game? Like it just quickly cut to.
But
whatever was supposed
it'll
to be on.
become apparent to you what went on there. The Argentinians still believe that the Falklands are theirs, and that was the crux of the banner that they were holding. And I know that it doesn't. How do I phrase this properly? It doesn't impact people like you and me, Kent, as much as it impacts people like Gary and Pete as to how they feel about that. Because,
No, I mean, I mean, obviously,
no, but they had to go ahead. They had a war there, right? And-
Yeah, but it was a big deal. The war because England hadn't like set sail, and it was a whole Thatcher. It was like like 81, 82, and it was a big deal. And of course, Argentina just like they just thought they could just grab it, and it was
Right.
and it was the government was just shambles to begin with. They just like
How terribly
stabbed it.
behaved.
So
Yeah.
so I mean the government in Argentina at the time was like just scraping together with
Correctly,
socialist.
correct.
Yeah, go ahead,
What?
Joel.
Correct me
They
if
should go
I'm
for it
wrong.
now. What?
The Falklands weren't owned by, wasn't discovered by the British and claimed by the British even long before Argentina was a fucking country.
I don't know.
What do you mean? No. England was nowhere near that region when Argentina was. I mean, might not have been a country, but it was the territory at least. So,
I think,
but anyways,
the Argentinians established a penal colony there. I mean, Pete will know this because it's more history orientated than I do.
I
So-
do know it's responsible for loads of terrible things, Joel. So the Falklands War was the reason why Thatcher got a second term. She would not have won.
Yep.
She wouldn't have won the election without the war.
no,
right?
I'm not addressing the 1982 fail of Argentina. I'm mentioning his prior history related to history.
The problem with a lot of those islands,
Falklands wasn't or not a territory claimed by England long before Argentina was ever a country.
the problem with a lot of those islands is that they change hands an awful lot. So you take something like somewhere like St. Lucia, which I was going to mention before in terms of like basketball and stuff, but St. Lucia changed 182 times in 12 years, right, between France and the UK, because they were just constantly fighting. And a lot of the islands that you have, it was dependent on who was the dominant naval power at the time. So you have the Dutch, the Portuguese, the British have all had.
But you also have the same. Sorry to interrupt you, Pete. But you also have the same thing with an island between the separation of France and Spain, where 1 year or 5 years, I don't know if it's every year, it changed the country that rules of that has the property of that island. For example, one year is Spain, the other year is France, or something like that. I think it's France and Spain that have that agreement. But the thing, my question is, okay, I thought that historically the Falklands were claimed or discovered by the British before Argentina was even a country. That was my thought. I probably am wrong, but there's something that
I think
read or heard.
you could be
The
right.
second thing is, and this is not going to be related, even though it is related on the second level, is what the Argentinian team did at the end of the match was a clear and obvious confrontation to the British people. Now, what I have gathered, and probably what will happen, is FIFA will only make some sort of punishment to the Argentinian FAAT association, or football, or reprimand, or penalty, or a payout, or anything else after the World Cup.
Oh, it'll be a monetary penalty anyway, Joel.
Yeah, but to me, there is a clear evidence that we have seen since the beginning of this World Cup that Argentina has been carried by FIFA and the arbitrary system throughout the group phase, the elimination process, and able to reach the finals, and probably will win against Spain. That demerits the entire competition, and the fact that the elites, the best of the best, are playing to win a fucking World Cup that only 4 years are available. So honestly, all the complaints that we have seen every time against the Argentinian team, all the complaints from all during the group phases, all the teams that play against Argentina, you will see that all of them are reporting, complaining against FIFA, to FIFA over the referees, over the VARs and everything else, when it's clear and visible how they are being carried to the finals. And honestly,
I disagree. I know half the world thinks that, but I disagree
honestly,
vehemently.
Sorry, Ken, to conclude my thought. And honestly,
finish your thought, Joel. Go ahead.
All the teams, all the World Cup present teams should actually consider either exclude themselves from every. I'm saying teams, but I mean all the countries participating in the World Cup should actually consider removing themselves from this type of competition.
That's
and
not
probably start the federation on their own and kick the boot, because it's clear that corruption is still a main part of FIFA inside.
I don't think anybody would argue your point that FIFA is one of the most corrupt organizations.
Oh
that
no,
there
it
is
is the most corrupt thing in the world. But,
right.
So, yeah.
Aside from the International Olympic Committee, so there's
yeah, no, but they go beyond that though. Like it's unbelievable.
So anyway, yeah, Joe, point well taken, but it's never going to happen because at the end of the day, what is this all about?
For example, the next World Cup will be Portugal, Spain, and Morocco.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. So, but it's all about
Portugal, Spain, and Morocco should do this to FIFA.
They're not going to. You know how much money it's going to bring to Portugal? Tons.
The money that is coming to Portugal won't be even enough for the money that will be spent by Portugal, Spain, and Morocco just to have the fucking World Cup in the country.
Okay, stand by. Who put their hand up first? Just
Garvo did. Go on.
Okay, Garvo, go ahead.
I just want to come back because we drifted a little bit, right? I just want to know from the independent point of view, what should be a suitable punishment for that sort of behaviour? Because it is a clear violation of FIFA's own rules. What should happen?
No, but the way that they assess penalties is very.
Honest opinion as an outsider.
I'm
because I
not
don't really fucking understand.
I'm not asking about FIFA's rules. I'm asking about your own point of view.
My
No, but-
own point.
but it comes-
Even if Argentina plays in the final, even if Argentina wins, doesn't take the fucking cup, and has a banishment for about, let's say, 4 World Cups will be suffice.
Not going to happen.
Okay. So
What
Eric,
the hell
thing is-
happened? I don't have no idea. I'm just sitting here like what the hell could have happened that we
Bravo.
used better for?
Argentina are obviously favoured by FIFA anyway. If you look at all the refereeing
Yeah,
decisions
yeah,
so far, right,
yeah.
by a mile, yeah, and there's been no punishment for them for anything. So I think it all depends on what team you are in terms of what punishment you get, like
Right.
America and red cards, or like Argentina and things.
Yeah.
And Joel's got a very good point. It's a fine line between being a competition that's not taken seriously anymore. I always remember my favorite story about that, in terms of where it was completely corrupt and they kind of got their own back, is in London, Eric. We had a club called Wimbledon Football Club, right?
Wimbledon.
And, now Wimbledon won the FA Cup. They beat Chelsea. They beat a whole load of teams, and then they got bought and moved to Milton Keynes, right? Which is miles away from where Wimbledon is. And funnily enough, now the club, the real Wimbledon FC, which one of my friends helped fund, that he's he's in charge of their finances, who basically came out of what was the old club that was sold. They are doing better in the league than the club that was bought originally by them.
Yeah.
I think ultimately Joel's right. If the corruption continues at the same rate that it's at, as much as every force seems unstoppable, as much as we all thought when we were growing up, arcades wouldn't disappear, or all these sorts of institutions that we think are there forever, they will eventually fade if they continue being as bad as they are. So I think it will probably take a while. Probably won't happen even in our lifetime, Joel. But I think you're right. That sort of corruption, there's a limit to how long people can sustain it, really, with it. So yeah, I think it will happen eventually. But as you say, but Joel's got a really good point, which is, if you look at the legacy of the last European competition that we had, if you look at all of the stadiums that Portugal's got, look at Leiria, look at Braga, look at all of those massive stadiums they've built, which have fuck all people in them and are virtually abandoned, and that is exactly what we're going to have. It's not always a good thing. It's the same as when London had the Olympics. I remember us bidding for the competition, all the building that we've done, and a lot of it is pretty much derelict, or even worse than that, West Ham have moved.
That's good. I knew West Ham was coming.
It wasn't that long ago when it was the Olympics in Brazil. All the Olympic villages were abandoned. The stadiums were derelict after 5 years. The buildings for the Olympic Village, also the buildings, everything there were having the team, the sportsmen, the players, or everybody. Everything was derelict after 5 years.
Yeah,
Coming
Yeah,
back
they
to
just
fucking
scrapping
point.
everything. I mean, I would say the one thing about the World Cup.
What is the fucking point on investing on a federation on an entity that only profits them? Mind you, that FIFA is not a profitable organization. Just to be clear, and yet they have more money than most countries in the world on GPD.
Coming back to Eric, right? I got to come back to you, Eric, because I didn't get the answer that I wanted, right? And I'm going to hold to this, right?
Okay.
What would be the suitable punishment in Eric's world for that particular type of behavior?
Well, see, I'd have to go by what the FIFA regulations are, because those are the rules, right?
They broke it. They broke it quite clearly. They broke it.
Okay, so has there been precedent set that comes anywhere near like what that was?
Because it's not their first time. It's not their first time.
What they will say, the rule that was broken, right, is that no politically related banners or whatever will be displayed.
Banners, equipment should be displayed.
Right, will be displayed. So has there been a previous occasion that
Yes.
this particular rule has
Yes.
been breached,
Yes.
and what was the punishment?
The $20,000 or whatever, 20,000 euros.
Okay, so maybe they put 20,000 euros.
But is that a deterrent? Is that a deterrent?
That's
However,
one of the
How-
tickets,
howe-
isn't it?
however, right, there is a case for, I think it was a couple of Spanish guys who were singing a song about Gibraltar, and they got
Yeah.
a 2-match ban. They got a 2-match ban instant.
So Garbo, what
depends
if
who
they
you
said,
are.
stand by. What if they said the fine is $20 million?
All right, I'm gonna go to the restroom because I once again I have no idea what the
No, when you get back, Kent, you have the floor because I know you've been waiting
but
to ask.
I'll
something,
look
so
at it tomorrow. Yeah.
That's fine. But with Garbo, what if they said the fine
It's
is
not-
$20 million
To who? The Football Association
to
of
the
Argentina?
federation? Yeah,
To the Fed?
It's
No,
not-
the Federation of
The
Argentina.
to the Argentinian Football Federation or
It's not.
association.
Let me make something very perfectly clear. It is not the Football Federation of Argentina that committed this act. It is those players on the pitch, right? Those people at that particular time are responsible for that particular thing. And I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah, go
What
ahead.
do you think? What do you think would have happened if England would have won that game and brought a banner onto the pitch saying the Falklands are English, or British or whatever, right? I'll tell you what would have fucking happened. The roof would have come down in them. Absolutely fucking big time. They would have been kicked out the competition. So
Okay.
what is the fucking difference? What is the
No,
difference?
I'm not arguing with you. You know what I'm saying? But
So we're talking
But-
different standards. We're talking
no, but
corruption. We're talking.
are we dealing with case law or are we dealing with?
I am just
No,
putting
I
the case
understand.
out there.
But there's
And
no case.
It's hard for me to put myself in your
Yeah,
guys.
because the thing is, FIFA should act like the rest of the sport organization. Because, for example, Russians cannot compete under their flag; they have to compete as independent.
Good point.
Huh.
Good point. Good
Mm.
point.
I see
Pete,
that's
you were
another
gonna say
topic I
something,
think we
right?
should be talking about, which is fucking how badly the Russians are doing in the war at the moment, and the fact that actually Russia's being hit properly. If you look at the fuel
But-
in the Crimea,
Sorry.
it's
Sorry,
fucking-
Pete. I thought you were trying to address something related with what I said, but apparently you were going. So I'm going to
I'll be
address.
back in a
that.
minute. Go for a week. I'll be back in a minute. Just
Go
hold
for
this
it.
topic. Hold this topic because 5 seconds.
Good. 5 seconds.
So I'm going to say this: in the last Olympic Games, it was in Japan. No, it was not in Japan, but in Japan they did a test run of mixing genders in sports, and look how that shitty turns out.
Okay.
Now imagine, because there are those that are in favor of transgender people
Yeah.
playing on the sex they chose to be.
Right.
And there's a clear advantage in some of them to play in sports where the sex they chose are clearly
Yes.
weaker than them.
Understood.
Joel, if you look at the East German shot put team, for example, right, from the 1970s, 60s, and 50s, they were all bloody blokes anyway. It's not like
Yes.
it's a new thing, is it, really? I mean, pretty much all of them were fucking fellas. So
Yeah.
it's
No,
not
even
like-
the Russians. Even the Russians.
Absolutely. So it's not a new thing. It's just that we know more about it, is all
Yeah.
I'd say.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
and I
But
think
the
that's
thing
what
that, and going back to the point is, okay, going back to the FIFA, how FIFA should act? Purely ban the team. It's it. Either pick up a second contender, like for example, picking up England back to being, at least it would be a fair match, putting England back to play Spain in the final, and ban Argentina for good, and set an
No,
example,
no,
which
no.
will never happen.
Joel, I'll
Which
take the
is
flip
more
side
than
back.
which is more than clear that will never happen, because
Why-
it's clear
okay.
that President of FIFA loves Messi too much.
Okay, Joel,
But that is just me.
why should the whole team be banned? Going to
Because
get
it was the whole team behind the banner.
No, that's not true.
Yes,
Gary,
there
did you
was.
see the-
Yes,
Did you
the
see
entire team was behind the banner. You have Messi. You have the picture clearly shows if not the majority team, how the picture was taken. You see Messi near the banner. You see two or three Argentinians that play in British Premier League. And honestly, if I were the teams of the Premier League, the first thing I would do once those Argentinians arrived at their respective clubs would be kick them out with proper
We're
gold cards.
trying, Joel. We can't sell him. So we're trying our best to get rid of him.
We-
but there you
yeah,
go.
Just fucking rescind the contract and kick them out of the club. Period.
My-
They will not play in. The thing is, they wouldn't play it. If I was the owner of a football club that had an Argentinian that did that, and I was in England, he would be kicked out immediately. I wouldn't even consider paying him back for anything. It's
Sure, the
probable
last-
cause for a fire.
When the war actually originally took place, our 2-star players were Argentinian, right? So we had Ricky Villa and Ozzy Ardiles, and both of them had to fuck off when we went to war with Argentina. So we already lost out then, and now Romero is doing his fucking very best to make sure that he won't get sold to another English club by taking that out.
But
Honestly,
he doesn't need to be sold. He just needs to be kicked out of the fucking club.
Yeah,
It's not
England,
gonna happen.
England are that you can't contractually we can't just kick
Yeah.
him out. So, but England are
Yes,
the
you
new Spurs.
Yes, you
honestly.
can go around. There's always a fucking workaround. You can kick him out.
those
Yeah.
players are
It's
worth
usually a
money.
big payoff. Go on,
You
Gary.
have to
Sorry.
understand there's been money invested in those players, so you just can't just.
Mm.
So
They're
So
almost
what? Money laundering is a fucking thing that even Disney does all the fucking time, and
Romero's
nobody complains
on
about it.
175 grand a week, mate. Honestly, if we could get rid of him, I would. So go on, Gary.
Right. I've heard your side of it, right? Here is a balanced viewpoint as far as what should happen, right? Because it's a clear infringement of FIFA rules.
agreed.
And not the first time they've done it, yeah? Not the first time they've done it. So I'm not asking for the result to be overturned because we were beaten fair and square, yeah? But what happened on that pitch afterwards, you need to send a clear message. Now let's think about the people responsible for the team. You've got the manager and the captain, yeah? Both of those people have a responsibility to the team. They are in charge of the team. So I am saying to them, right, both of them get fucking red carded for that particular type of behavior. They should have controlled it. They should have, had a handle on this. So the manager and Messi will not be part of the World Cup, right? That's what I'm saying. That would be justice for me. I'm not asking for the whole squad to be like turned over or them thrown out the tournament. But if justice can be served, that to me would send a very clear message to anybody else who has this type of thing in their mind to bring about. I mean, the possibilities of what could come after this, of protests for this, that, and the other, it needs to be shut down. It really needs to send a clear message. But people,
Yeah, but FIFA won't do a clear message since they are protecting Messi all the way.
I
Yeah,
agree.
They've been
It's okay.
protecting Messi
Sorry,
since
a
the
red
first
card is
match.
not a good example to use, I don't think. For this World Cup, a red card is not.
Yeah,
the one
they've
you
been
would use.
protecting Messi since the first match. He did that assault on I don't even remember.
Red
what
card
team it
Messi,
was.
red card manager for the
That
final.
was an
They can't take-
instant
they
red
can't-
card by the fault by the VAR. They didn't do that.
Joe,
They were
reacting to that,
the match against England. There was a clear assault, punched on the back of the neck to an English player.
You
No
expect that from the
fucking red
Argentinians.
card.
I expect that from the Argentinians, right? I
Yeah.
really do. That's the
But
way
they
they
shouldn't
play.
get away with it, Gary. And that's the thing. It's not just a clear message about the political statement. It's a clear message that in every aspect of life, as Kent said before, if you're rich, you can get away with being on Epstein Island, fucking loads
Yeah.
of fucking
Yeah.
underage girls. You can get away with all of that. If you're Argentina at the World Cup, you can get away with really horrific
But
fouls.
why
and dirty
Argentina, Pete? Why Argentina? Why not Brazil? Or
because they're the holders. Because Argentina at the moment are the World Cup holders.
yeah, the
And
world
Messi-
champions.
And,
It's
and
Messi. It's
ultimately,
Messi, isn't it? Messi, the best player in the world.
It's not really messy. I'd also say that Trump, and
Even
this
the
is
fucking
really-
awards he received.
Trump backs who he perceives as winners. So therefore, he backs Argentina. At the moment, he's backing Ukraine because the Ukraine are doing a lot better than Russia are. So it's one of those ones where it's money and perceived influence. But money. What about the fact that Trump has made, I think his stock market portfolio, Eric, has made 400% in profit compared to everyone else? And
Yeah, but he's no
he's
different
made like
than most
12
other
billion.
members of the government, Congress, the House of Representatives, stuff like that. That's not a fair. You're mixing metaphors there to a certain extent.
Well, it's all
Everybody,
corruption. What I'm saying is that, as we've talked about, we can all see the corruption now quite clearly. Okay, it's not like,
But it's been
not
in
like before.
existence for how long, Pete? FIFA
Oh, yeah,
is
forever.
FIFA
But the
forever.
fact is that we haven't got information available at our fingertips the way that we had before. Yeah, and therefore it's not quite as obvious as it was before. And I think now we've got to a stage where it's so obvious, and it's so, as Joel was saying, it degrades the value of the sport. The whole idea of a sport is that you follow a set of rules and you play by them. Now, obviously, the way that people win sports is usually by pushing those rules or those boundaries as much as they possibly can. But it's not usually by having a word with the president or getting an Infantino to support your player. It's not usually the backhanded way. It's usually by pushing the actual rules of the sport. So eventually they have to be changed to allow for that push. I think things like, body line in cricket, or things where you were pushing the very regulations of the sport itself, they're really interesting. In Formula One, making sure that the cars were essentially sticking to the ground more than they ever could before.
Yeah.
Those pushing boundaries quite often result in new technology that's actually quite beneficial to everyone.
Yeah.
Whereas
Agreed.
corruption doesn't benefit anyone. All it does is demotivates people from watching the sport. So
Ken's back now. Let's change subject. Right? Let's come down a bit. Let's just go to something else.
I'm not animated.
No, I've said what I've got to say.
Yeah, for sure. Well stated point too, Gary. So
now then, my question to you guys is, right, we largely speaking, I mean, there's probably 10 years difference between the age brackets on here, right? But I was thinking today about music and music videos, especially music videos, right? What are the music videos that stick out in your mind as being, important to you or in some way a game changer? Because there are a few out there, right, that I know that I can bring out and think about and talk about them. But I'm just interested with you guys. What music videos stick in your mind as being, particularly potent or game changing?
Let me take this first. The only one that really sticks in my mind was the first one that was ever played on MTV. And I actually saw it when it happened because there was such a hype over this new thing that was coming along. And I had MTV on when they did their first video. And
also when it was launched, it wasn't everywhere. But New York market had it, but it wasn't in every market. Yeah, and I couldn't get cable ever.
Okay.
So no, but they could across the street. So my neighbor recorded stuff for me, including the MTV Played the Younger Ones. That's why I saw it. I had them record all of them. I would give them stacks of VHS tapes. So the only way I watched it in my home, other than the fact that other channels, when it caught on, they would do like a Friday night video. Other stations would show music videos, but I couldn't get cable, so I never had it. But
the video was
I'll let you say it since you set up. But of course I know what it is. But go ahead.
Yeah, I know you know.
The big reveal is the video was
the radio star. So
really,
that was the first. That was the first video ever on MTV.
The Bugles. Radio kills the video killed the radio star.
Yes.
Wow. I mean that is such a shit video. It really is.
Yeah.
But you said what was impactful. That was history, Gary. That was history.
Don't get me wrong. I do not decry you for it because from the 70s, late 70s, 80s, 90s, right? The video music industry exploded. It suddenly, it was the message that with the music and the visuals and everything was so developed.
Mhm.
Now for me,
Well-
right? Go on, Kent.
I would say part of the reason why those videos were so shit on MTV is they were looking for anything, like because like if there was, they didn't have the content, people weren't making music videos, so yeah, they were just like if you made a video and it had music, you're on the TV. So yeah, so like there was like so anyways, go on.
Yeah, but if you look at how MTV died showing soap operas.
Well, it's a
Basically,
lot
that's
of,
how
it
it
was a
died.
lot of reality show.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Yeah.
bullshit that didn't have any. Because I remember when first cable TV appeared in Portugal, and I didn't have it, so a friend of mine had a cable TV, and I would spend the weekends, the afternoon weekends with them, watching. And the only thing that we had, there was Cartoon Channel, net, and everything else, but the only thing that we watched the entire afternoon, either Saturday or Sunday, was the fucking MTV. It was
Um,
that.
Can I draw your attention to this here?
I was saying like Garb was talking about videos that made impact, but
Yeah.
Joel, maybe another conversation I could give you insight into that, because actually I worked for MTV network for a while. I was a freelance consultant, and I actually was temporarily I was in the inside for a while, so I knew exactly why they did that. But I can do that. But that's not what. Let's address Garbo's questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I point this, and
Yeah,
I know why Simon has picked this video. Boys, Sabrina, boys. Sabrina was absolutely gorgeous, but she got massive tits. Right, she had huge, humongous tits. So I can see why he's chosen that. The other thing is, right, for me,
And Samantha Fox. Yep.
yeah, that she was much nicer than Samantha Fox.
Yeah,
The
but
video-
Samantha
the-
Fox was sorry, Gary. Samantha Fox was all in the pop magazines
Yeah.
in Portugal in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, she was right. From my point of view, because video and it's kind of my base, is where I'm at. I've worked in it. I love that vibe. One of the ones, and it sticks in my throat to say, one of the real big game changers was the Thriller video with Michael Jackson. Right, there was nothing like this ever before. Right,
Yeah.
it was superb. It was an
huge
absolute game
budget,
changer.
long form.
Yeah. It told a story which most other videos didn't. The other one that sticks in my mind, and it shouldn't, but it did because it was different, was Wild Boys by Duran Duran. Because
And they're touring, and they're in Lisbon.
they are, yeah.
in
That
this
was
month, yeah.
that was another game changer, right?
My wife's actually going to see them.
And
This
I can
will
go.
sound
I've got free tickets.
fucking gay, but I will say Elton John too.
yeah. But my
I
third
thought
choice,
it would be cameo for you, Garvo. I thought it would have just been the
the
massive
codpiece.
fucking red codpiece would have been the
No,
the
my third choice, right? My third choice, and this shows how diverse my music taste is, because it was so completely different. Was "Breathe" by what was what's the group? Breathe. Firestarter. Breathe. What's the group? Come on.
Prodigy.
Yeah.
Prodigy, right? Breathe, Prodigy, right?
Oh, okay.
Was a fucking
thinking-
immense video.
I was thinking much earlier. Yeah, but yeah.
Breathe, Prodigy, right? Was just a scary fucking damn good video.
Firestarter, for example, there's one that always on my mind. Also, Queen, the one that
I want to break free.
No, Immortal. The Immortal.
Oh, Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yeah, it was on the. I think the video clip was on the train. That fucking thing was awesome.
So
There are loads of good videos though from early on. I think like, even like
late
Constantine.
80s. Yeah, but for me, MTV was
also a lot of really great
90s.
film directors. I mean, like the history of the film directors who started out doing music videos.
Yeah.
immense, and also
Come on.
great filmmakers who did.
Come on,
did-
Kent. Come on, Kent. Share
What?
share your video collections. I'm because you're a cultured guy. You know what you're on about. I'm just want to hear
Yeah.
your choices.
Well, it's about like which ones do you stick in your mind? Because obviously, like the aha video, like with the the drawing stuff and like coming like that.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep your eyes off that thing, like because it was just like unbelievable, like to see like the hand sketch drawing thing, and then it that just had such a
Take Me Home, if I'm not mistaken, on the
No,
title of
On
yeah,
Me.
it would take
On
on
Me.
me. Yeah.
Take on Me or Take Me. Yeah, but
I mean, do I think that's the a great moment in musical history? No, but that was a very very memorable video that like was
yeah. Also, another one that I remember liking a lot was Guns N' Roses, the Terminator song.
You Could Be Mine. You Could Be Mine. That's what it's called. Anything else, Ken, from your wardrobe? Give me three.
Oh,
You've had
God.
one.
All right. Let me breathe for a second. Pete, go for 1 second, and then we think on it.
Yep, Pete, down to
Okay,
you.
for me, I love New Order, and I liked the video for Blue Monday because I thought it was really.
Oh yeah, that Blue Monday's a great one.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is like all the more avant-garde. I loved the Depeche Mode Never Let Me Down Again video from
Wow.
like I just love that black and white minimal aesthetic that where it's just like this like a farm and just like just really and then just like a moments of like a little bit of clutter. And of course that was it Anton Cabert like cinematography. It was like it just like I just love how stripped back that was. And I thought Music for the Masses was a great moment for that band. And then after that I didn't care. But anyways, that one I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So
Any more from Pete? You give us one.
I got into trouble because of one video. I got suspended from school for a while. Because of the Beastie fucking Boys, right? So do you remember the Beastie Boys?
Yeah.
Now, do you remember everybody nicking fucking car
Oh
emblems?
yes. You
Yeah.
mean
So
Beastie?
everybody went around. nicking
I
fucking
mean, they're too right to fight for party. But then their later stuff, like their Sabotage video,
yeah, sabotage.
where they're all doing like that, like dressed up like it was like a 70s cop movie. And like that was a great video. So yeah,
They're great videos, and that definitely got me into trouble. But I can think of quite a few. I mean, even my ex-wife was in a very famous video. So she was playing netball, or as you guys call it, basketball, in next to St. Paul's, and she ended up in Angels, the video by Robbie Williams, right?
Wow.
So, but like I don't know. I think it all depends on your childhood and how they were influenced. We're all much more influenced by videos. I think people will be much more influenced by influencers nowadays than they are by music videos. So I think there'll be.
Obviously, you're tapping more into my knowledge of MTV executives, but also like just like there were some really great directors. So like a lot of the stuff we're talking about that was not my young developing 12 13 14, because also like obviously the stuff that I really love is like that's going to be like concert footage and stuff like that it was like cut into music videos just because like that's some of the music I liked.
That's a great call. That is a great call, I have to admit. Adamant.
He was completely bonkers.
And first of all, like Adamant over the, like you hate to hear this, but like because a lot of in the US, like I mean I knew Adamant really well, not personally, but like a lot of the cheese ball stuff, like Prince Charming and stuff like that became like the big hits in the US. But over and over, first of all, I am a sucker for Double Drummer. So the Kings, like there's just like there's the Stand and Deliver, that like just like just anytime you can get a double drummer going, it just like it sucks me in. So and also like that's also a good karaoke one for me.
It is.
Gary,
it is a very
on a tangent from Stand and Deliver, the video features Diana Dawes. I was watching
Good.
today, right? I was watching today because I just flicked across it and it's fucking awesome. I watched the whole Worm That Turned. Now, do you remember the Worm That Turned?
Yes.
Yeah. So I watched the whole thing and I've realised it was just an excuse to put women in bondage gear and have their asses on show for the entire
I suppose it was really, wasn't it?
I mean, it was great seeing Ronnie and both of them in dresses and like moustaches and doing the secret underground men's resistance. But essentially, the entire thing was just a thing to put as many women in plastic outfits with thigh high boots on and get them parading around.
Yeah, what you think it was a bit twisted, really, wasn't it?
It was great. It was fun, and it was really fucking racist. Jesus Christ! Some of the stuff they came out with was just unbelievable. But
It is now, but then it was just the norm. So no
yeah.
excuses. But
I'm afraid to ask what video Joel's watching right now because I can see he's watching something because it keeps on getting lighter.
I'm going to play just a little bit.
Okay.
KUK Radio. Dave in the mornings here. Good morning. It's hotter than a pistol out there. 119 degrees right now.
I recognize this. I'm trying to think what it is.
I know what it is too.
You know, this heat can really drive you crazy. So if you're behind the wheel somewhere, please keep a cool head. Be careful and drive safely.
All right, Joel, you got to cut it off and give us the punchline. So go right to what we'll know.
Okay, so I was trying to remember in what year this was. This was one of my favorite songs too. The Cardigans, My Favorite Game.
Yeah.
Okay.
98.
Oh, really? That late? Okay.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
another
it
good video.
was in the late 1998. That was 2 years after I took my driver's license, and I was driving a shitbox of a Renault 5. And this was one of my mixed CDs on the radio of the car.
There you go.
No, you said the other one, the other video we mentioned earlier. I Want to Break Free from Queen. That was another groundbreaking video, right? Because Freddie, he could be finally released to be what he wanted to be. But the disturbing thing, right, is Roger Taylor actually looks quite tasty.
You're being
you don't know you do. He makes quite a good woman actually when you look at him.
He's just got
Here's
big
one
hair,
from
hasn't he?
1987 to see if anybody remembers. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate
Wait,
it.
that was early. That wasn't 87. That was much earlier, wasn't it?
No,
Sure.
1987. Video clip is from 1987.
Yeah.
thought it was about
Money for
80.
nothing and chicks for free. Yeah, we got it, Joel.
Yeah,
Video
and
killed-
there was some shitty Genesis ones that were big and animated. Like there was a lot of like stuff that there's some classic like iconic.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
the thing
Yeah.
is, I rather listen to old classic musics, Nirvana, Smells Like Teenage Spirit.
Oh God,
Oh.
you know how old you make us say when you say Nirvana's old?
Yeah,
No,
Guns N'
no,
Roses,
no,
November Rain, Counting Crows, Mr. Jones, Cypress Hill, Insane on the Brain, whatever.
I gotta go
There's
back.
so that back then there was so much variety of music.
There was.
There was so much potential, so much where a teenage boy or a teenage girl could go out and explore music and not that shitty things that we see now of rap music where female singers always have their ass and titties showing off, or males the only thing they can find is say kill the cops or fuck the police, whatever.
Now, fuck
Back
the
then
police
we
a long
had
time ago.
so much content of music that has been lost now, honestly.
I don't know. I think we've got more than ever. I think we've got more access to music than we've ever had before, and it's cheaper
Not
and
really.
easier to
Yeah,
get.
but is it good music? Is it good music? Is it quality?
No, it isn't.
No,
So you have. Wait, I will tell you this: you have Beyonce, where the entire fucking song was #1 hit, and the only thing that she sings is only one fucking word.
Yeah, but you can make that work.
Yeah.
I can't. Sorry, I can't leave Eric with "Video Killed the Radio Star" being the only memorable video when you.
Bravo, I've got a brilliant one for you.
No, hang on, Pete. I gotta let
He
Eric
turned it
out
off,
here.
never turn it on again.
I can't go to bed. I can't go to bed knowing that Eric. That is the only video that.
That was history, man. It was history. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in this whole group that saw it. The
No, I
first
saw it. I
saw-
remember it. I remember it.
No,
No. We all saw it, but he saw when MTV.
the first
turned the
time it was
switch on,
ever
yeah.
played, I was watching.
But
So
give me
to
something
that's
else,
history.
please. Give me some sort of release from that trap that you're in now. Just another
No,
video.
Yeah, what
No,
else? Yeah.
Clearly, Thriller was groundbreaking stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you that.
Even Billie Jean looked great. Yeah. So yeah.
I'll tell you a
I'll
great
give you that.
video is
What?
Fatboy Slim, right? I love one of my favorite videos. I used to teach human evolution by showing Fatboy Slim right here, right now. You know where it goes from basically you start off with the explosion and then you've got a small fish and it ends up basically a running human. It's great. It goes through every stage of evolution so far.
Also, one where what's
Yeah.
his face is dancing. I can't think of the actor right now.
Oh, that's awesome, Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
It's
Christopher Walken.
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
that,
Oh,
but those
That is
videos,
a video
both
clip.
amazing
both
video.
those
Oh, I hate
videos are
Phil
by
Collins, but
both
yeah.
those videos are by Chris Cunningham, and so like he was like that's an example of like a really like later but like really legendary film director who went on to do amazing stuff but did those, but yeah, but it was good and I also knew like there was on the more avant-garde industrial thing, like God, like I think he did like things like Front 242 maybe and like Nine Inch Nails videos and stuff like that. But actually, there was a production house that was really interesting. They would just do just like all this really grainy, really kind of avant-garde cinema stuff like that with these like kind of edgy bands and stuff like that. And then I ended up working with this guy eventually. I was like, it was amazing to like to like that. It just circumstantially, that our because I remember watching it when I was a kid and then eventually I got to work with them. But yeah, it was interesting.
Kent, 9 Inch Nails. Like, where were they from?
Well, they were from Cleveland.
I am sure. Right. I have had a drink. I've had a drink with their drummer. I am fucking
Well,
sure.
their former guitarist was a mate of mine. He ended up doing the band Filter.
Yeah.
He left Nine Inch Nails and needed the band Filter. He had that Hey Man Nice Shot, and then the record company gave him a lot of money, and then he ended up moving to Chicago, which is where I knew him, and then just like doing drugs and not being able and building a recording studio and not be able to come up with another song to save his life. And yeah.
And actually-
fucking also like screwing around with he got deeply involved with the Smashing Pumpkins and broke up a marriage over some, but yeah. So I knew him well because a good buddy of mine, Jimmy, was his like studio manager, and so yeah, they.
And actually, Trent Reznor is a distant cousin of my wife's. So.
Oh really? Yeah. So as you know, Cliven. By the way, the guy who was in Filter, who was in Nine Inch Nails, who then did Filter, his name is something Patrick. Can't remember which one, but but his brother was the Terminator, the in T2, the opposing Terminator. That like one of them is Stephen Patrick that's maybe Morrissey, but yeah, what Jason Patrick, and then I forget it, but anyways, I haven't seen him in like 30 years, but yeah, so like they were brothers, and so he was the brother of a Terminator. So
this is another good one that Simon brings up.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
must have watched a lot.
yeah, I mean that is style. right
Yeah.
there.
This Addicted to Love
Or
video.
like Avalon was also another one for just like pure style with Brian Ferry.
Well, very
So,
good.
like I mean, we can go on and on, but
Robert
but also,
Palmer's
like,
Addicted to Love. Robert Palmer's Addicted to Love video was actually co-directed by John Swannell, who was a very famous glamour photographer, right? So
Yeah.
it's not hardly surprising that it sticks in your mind as being
Well.
something very maybe teenage boyish that sticks in your mind because it was a beautiful piece of artwork.
Yeah, no, that's the thing is the budgets were, well, first of all, people who were like emerging, like it was a great way to get your stuff seen, right?
Yeah.
To do, like, take a flyer on a band, like I'll do it for whatever cost like that, or the people, photographers, like for bigger bands, like someone would get paid to do something, or had a relationship with the band, or whatever, or some connection. So
I even like some of the I like the Real World a couple of seasons, like the beginning.
okay,
'Cause
yeah, we're
I-
gonna get into Joel territory where we talk about
Just-
where MTV swerved.
Because Puck was really cool. He was so
Yeah, that was that.
that was
second or
before
third-
Joel was
third.
born that show came around.
Was
So
that second or third? I know it was San Francisco, but I don't remember which show, because it started in New York and then
yeah, that was New York. Yeah.
No, it started in New York, but the Puck was San Francisco,
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah. And then I didn't really see it after that, but yeah.
So anyway, Gary, you brought us down a nice little avenue there, and I appreciate that for sure. We got away from some of the heavies, and we got
Yeah, Electric Avenue. Yeah,
there you go. So anyway, I say we go once around and we go to the after, and I'll put the banner up. And if Simon joins us tonight, who knows what he's going to be wearing.
All right. I just asked Eric, can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll take an item one. Go White Sox. I'm going to prepare. My game starts in 4 minutes,
Okay.
so I'm going to transition to a TV land. So I
How
haven't
long-
watched. I haven't watched
Ken-
them in 3.5 years. What?
Kent,
Enjoy your game.
Kent, how long? What about your shelves? Are the your bookshelves? Are they anywhere near being done yet?
Well, the good news is that my books are arriving before the shelves will be done. They're like I got the notification that I cleared customs. No one's looking. All right. Earmuffs. Customs, but I got through without a big hit, and so they're arriving Wednesday. So I have.
I also want to say to you, Kent, that thank you very much for having me. I enjoyed my time with you immensely. You're a lovely man, and thank you for showing me around, because it was just an eye opener. Thank you.
Also, I had I saw him twice, but I also had lunch with the guy I was mentioning at Sintra that had an Airbnb that like he's renovating. It's a disaster, and maybe go help him out when you're in town. But I told you he had a part of it. He has a separate entrance thing like that, a place in Sintra that'd be perfect for you, because because I know some mobility issues. He could whiz you guys and drive you guys down, because he's a mate of mine. But the mother-in-law is out of the Airbnb, and he said he gave me the link, and I just neglected to send it to you yet. So, but yeah, and I had lunch with him a couple of days ago, so we're good. So anytime you want to come down to Sintra, we got that set up. So, but anyways,
Very kind.
I got 2 minutes. Sorry, I can't hear everyone's once around, but I've been waiting.
Yeah, and since you spoke
I rarely get to see it. So what?
Since you spoke about books, I purchased one last week. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson's "Take Me to Your Leader."
Oh, okay. I don't know that particular one, but obviously I know the author. So
Yeah, it's the last one.
Wow, he's the astronomer, but yeah, I don't know that one. But okay, all right.
All right, take me out to the
Take care.
building.
So,
Take care, man.
yeah.
Take
Okay,
care.
sorry. Yeah. I'm
Please
off
not.
Toronto, Chicago White Sox.
There you go.
Good night.
Ciao. Garvo, last time around.
Yes. another kind of eclectic mix of different levels of
Eric,
consciousness.
I almost ended the stream. Sorry, because I forgot I'm on your earth. Let me leave the studio, not end the stream.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ciao.
Yeah, we've done a bit, guys. We've done a bit. We've been a few places and discussed a few different emotions, memories, as we normally do. So good, all good with me. Just yeah, I enjoyed that.
Thanks for wearing red.
Always,
Joel.
sempre.
Buon fin di settimana.
Okay.
Bon
Pete.
for Semana as well. Yeah, bon for Semana, definitely. Take care, everyone.
So, in closing, if all goes well, it'll be same time, same place next week.
Yeah.
In the meantime, buon fin di settimana, as everybody else says, and I don't know any groundbreaking things that are coming up this week.
You've all got to watch that guy escape from the fucking Portaloo. Honestly, it is definitely worth watching, and it's just a conundrum. But I want you all to have seen it by next week. The worst thing is, right? You've got pictures of him being cut open. You've got his arm coming out. You've got his head coming out, but no one filmed him actually escaping. And he's a big guy. You've even got pictures of him being sprayed down by the fire department afterwards, right? But I still really want to know how you end up. He claims that he was in there for like 6 hours or something, and he didn't seem that enthusiastic about coming out. Right now, this is the contents of the bottom of a Portaloo that you're in, right?
Yeah.
And like completely head to toe.
Yeah.
The physics of getting down there, I think, are quite interesting. How you actually end up there, I think, is quite interesting. And B, like not wanting to come out when you are literally in shit and piss.
That's even more interesting.
I think it is actually. I think it's definitely a conundrum, but without watching it, I don't think you can really appreciate the full horror of the scenario. To be fair, it's not something I've ever come across before. So there you go. And
So
I've
we'll all search for the video this week and report back next week. But even more importantly, we need to get the pool going next Friday for how long the next Prime Minister of England will last. So that'll be a topic next Friday, so be prepared. Yep. So anyway, thanks to the immense audience we had tonight that joined us, and some people participated, some didn't, and that's cool. And we'll see you next week. So until then, as Gary would say,